We are on the road to the Future Games presented by Publix, Cory McCartney, Prep Baseball, Georgia's Hudson Graham, and Hudson. Chip Glogorski, King Ridge Christian, Georgia Jackets. The name is a mouthful, and he is an absolute handful for opposing pitchers.
That's for sure, yeah. Chip's been one that we've been able to see over the last year, and then I think the development from him has been really, really cool to see. Last summer, he was, one of those kids that we'd pop up to the field, and it's like, oh, who's this kid hitting a couple doubles, getting after it, plays really, really hard, leader behind the dish. And now, a year later, the strength is kind of filled out, had quite a few home runs this spring, and is on a big summer tear this year.
Always an interesting thing for catchers going into the Future Games because you've got so many coaches back there looking to see these pitchers show out. Kind of have to have a special catcher to be able to handle so many different arms and guys who are going to be ratcheted up. How do you see Chip handling the atmosphere?
The good thing about Chip is that he's a team guy. He could be on any of these teams at the Future Games and make friends with anybody. Luckily, he'll know obviously most of the pitchers that he'll get to face. A couple guys that he catches on a regular basis actually will be on there as well. But I think for him is that he wants to know his pitcher. He's a student of the game, so I think that he'll be able to do a really good job making sure those guys are calm. Obviously, big moment for those guys, big moment for him. But I think he'll put all that together and be really good back there.
A guy who looks like he's made for this stage. Here's my interview with the King Ridge Christian 2026. That's Chip Glogorski, 2026 out of King Ridge Christian, playing for Georgia Jackets. Chip, man, appreciate you doing this.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
So the updated 2026 rankings for prep baseball came out this week. Number 21 in the class. What was the reaction? And then kind of what does that set the stage for in terms of the summer and how you're going to try to follow it up?
I was pumped, man. It was really exciting when I saw that. Hudson, seeing him the day before, he let me know at that showcase. It was really exciting, and I can't wait to follow it up this summer. Keep working hard and keep working on my body and my game.
Whenever I talk to the scouts about you, the big word that pops out is loud when they talk about that bat being in your hand, the exit velos into the hundreds. Tell me about the mentality and the approach to the plate.
I'm looking to do damage. I'm using the full field, but we're looking to hit the ball hard and until we get to 2 strikes and we got to shorten up, do a job, but looking to do some damage early in the count.
So they now are tracking miles per hour with the bat in your hand at the major league level. You guys already had those numbers. Yours is in the 70. When you can get that number and kind of put it up against what you see guys in the majors doing, what does that mean for you?
It's pretty cool. It's nice to be able to compare yourself to those big leaguers, man. It really lets you know where you're at, how much harder you got to work, and motivates me for sure.
Defensively, you've got that pop time down to, was it 189 now?
Yes, sir. 189, yes.
Do you get to a point where it's like, how much better can it get? Is it like, how do you improve something like that after a point?
I mean, you can keep on developing explosiveness out of the crouch and arm strength, of course, but I mean, I'm just going to keep working on getting stronger, more explosive, and then long toss and get that arm strength up, keep getting the velo up.
Is it just the transition and how
yeah,
it's the transition
quicker the exchange, quicker the pop time is going to be. That's what I'm looking to improve right now.
So you're coming off of a massive year for King Ridge Christian, Region Offensive Player of the Year. Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much.
What did you learn about yourself this past season, and what are you going to try to build on that these next few months?
So I learned about myself that I recently came into some more power than I used to have when I was younger, and I learned really how to hit off-speed pitches this year. I started to get pitched around a little bit in high school ball, and really had to develop my timing and ability to sit back on pitches and wait and use the whole field.
It set the stage for a massive summer for you. You're going to represent Georgia in the Future Games here at the end of July.
Yes,
congratulations on that.
Thank you so much.
What do you know about that, and what are kind of because I mean, it's an absolute circus here with hundreds of college coaches. What's the expectations?
I mean, I can't wait for the exposure. I mean, last year I came out to watch the older guys at the Future Games, and just the stands behind the field were just packed with coaches, clipboards, stopwatches, radar guns. It's really exciting.
Yeah, and then the commitments just flow after that.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously a big opportunity.
Yes, sir. All but 3 of the guys on last year's team are already committed, so that's really exciting.
All right, I want to get a taste of what these coaches are going to see, so I want to get that bat in your hand and have you take us through your setup.
Yes, sir. Sounds good. So first thing I do when I step in the box, I remind myself how blessed and fortunate I am to be able to play baseball today. Like, just God really, well, let me redo that. Yeah. Okay. So first thing I do when I step in the box, I remind myself how God has blessed me and I'm so fortunate to be able to play the game of baseball. Then step up to the plate, touch the outside corner, and then I'm kind of just like in my stance, I'm kind of like feeling my load a little bit. And then as the pitcher separates his hands most time, that's when I start my load. I load my hands as I toe tap into like my coil, And then from there, I'm just taking my hips and my top hand just straight to the ball. That keeps me on top, back spinning it, trying to do some damage, maybe even lift it to the gaps. Yeah.
Chip, man, thank you so much for doing that. That was awesome.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. If you're not already, be sure you follow LakePoint Sports on all our social media channels. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube, and you get so much more happening here on campus.